Welcome to FDS MTG News for Tuesday, August 22nd, 2022. I finally figured out how to handle preview season. Since Wizards actually gave us a month and a half between set releases, I was able to take a minute and think a little bit on how I want to do them. I decided to look to my forebears and use their wisdom to guide me. Basically, I'm going to smash the screen full of information as you are seeing here. I'm trying out the method where as I talk about other news stories, I'm just going to have the previewed cards scroll on the screen. They may have zero relevance to the story I'm talking about, but I'll try to make them somewhat relevant if I can. Now, when I come up on a story where I need the real estate on the screen, it will go away and come back when it makes sense. For example, a new super drop. Yesterday, August 22nd, Wizards announced a new Secret Lair super drop. And as a quick aside, I must correct an error from my previous video. Since apparently the concept of a calendar escapes me, I mistakenly said in my special report that the super drop would be announced on Tuesday, August 22nd. And in the video, I made a big deal about how I would have to delay production and blah blah blah. Well, that little mistake came back to bite me. I do apologize for the error, and please know that I paid for it. Anyway, on to the super drop. First, we have Showcase Dominaria United Textured Foil Edition for $49.99. We don't get a normal edition of this one. It features the Elder Dragons in a stained glass showcase frame. And personally, I think they look amazing. And please note that for the rest of these, they are $29.99 for the regular version and $39.99 for the foil version. This is in USD. Next, we have the In Memoriam Jaya Ballard drop, which has an amazing mashup of her new Planeswalker card, but with a new version of her old school art. We also have two artist series this time, Niels Ham and Victor Adame Minguez. And there are two Dan Fraser drops of the Talisman cycles, the Enemy cycle and the Allied cycle, which each get their own drop. And finally, we have a drop called Imaginary Friends by Jeannie Paskey. Yesterday, August 22nd, eBay sent out a press release announcing they are acquiring TCGPlayer. The deal, expected to be finalized in Q1 of 2023, is for $295 million. This comes on the heels of TCGPlayer acquiring Channel Fireball and Binder POS. The release states that TCGPlayer will operate largely independently, but yeah, that could go either way, because we've heard that before. What does this mean for us as consumers? I have no idea, but considering we had two vendors specifically tailored to collectible card games get swallowed up by the eBay Goliath in one go, seems like a bad thing, but that's just my opinion. It's Dominaria United preview season, so you know what that means. Yep, half the set leaked again. On Friday, August 19th, a Reddit post by the user Inert Materials posted a link to the Dominaria United release notes. It revealed a lot of cards. It was swiftly taken down, and now the link takes you to a cute little not found, which is amusing to say the least. A link in the description down below if you want to go through and check it out yourself. Mark Rosewater dropped an interesting comment on Blogatog on Friday, August 19th, about March of the Machines Aftermath. In responding to the question asked by Sadie Sharkey, will Aftermath be a standard legal set, Mark responded with, I wouldn't call it a set exactly, but it is standard legal. This raises so many questions, especially considering the set didn't have its own code name. Studio X, the group of designers and developers who make Magic the Gathering, use code names to refer to sets prior to their reveal to the public. March of the Machines, the immediately preceding set, had the codename Marathon, and March of the Machines Aftermath had the codename Marathon Epilogue. Will this release be a set of pre-constructed decks, a Jumpstart variant, or something else entirely? And it might also be a good time to mention, as many of you may know, there is a card from Mirrodin called March of the Machines, where all non-creature artifacts are now artifact creatures with power and toughness equal to its mana value. Is this a subtle hint that the heroes win? Or is this telling us that the Phyrexians succeed and complete everyone? Who are we kidding? The heroes are probably going to win, but the multiverse will be changed forever, which itself is probably just an excuse to explain why Batman is on Zendikar and Doctor Who is in Ravnica. That about does it for today. Like, subscribe, check out my Patreon, and thanks to Kevin, my new patron. I really appreciate you. Oh, and click on stuff. August 27th. Yesterday, August 22nd, eBay sent out a press release announcing they are acquiring TCGPlayer. The deal, expected to be I swear, people probably think I manufacture it, but I do it every time, where I just add the when I goof, and it just makes the sentence funnier, at least to me. So I'm gonna keep them in. The deal The deal expected to be finalized. Oh, shit, I got the giggles. The release states that TCG... Did it again. The release states that TCGPlayer... This comes on the heels of TCGPlayer acquiring Channer Fireball, but I'll try to make them somewhat relevant. Tuesday, August 27th. Studio X, the group that designed March of Madness, the immediately preceding set, had the codename Marathon. And March of Madness, no, wrong. I don't even like basketball. Will this release for this? This show is part of the CIP network, inspiring creativity, one episode at a time.